We're live.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Mudpuppies? Welcome back to another episode of the Cryptid Files.
Yes.
The podcast that talks to you all about cryptids, myths, monsters, folklore, legends, urban legends, ghosts, aliens.
Suburban legends, rural legends.
Suburban, like suburbs or like suburban legends?
Like suburbs.
What would a suburban legend be?
Like a monster from suburbs.
That would be a suburban legend, not a suburban legend.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Suburban.
But what about suburban?
A suburban legend?
Yeah.
That'd be like an ancient legend.
Yeah.
That's
Or an underground legend, like
just a legend.
Below the urban, like a subway.
Yeah, possibly.
Be urban legends from the subway.
Yeah.
Sandwiches. We're your hosts as always,
Yeah.
Anthony and Charlie. And tonight we're here to talk to you about the Hibagon. I know where the button is now.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, what's going on, Charlie?
Not much, dude. Just playing a lot of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot. But it's been fun. I need to get my mic closer. Sorry. But yeah, no, been doing a lot of raiding. A lot of cool stuff. Full tier 5. The new raids are coming out this week. Sadly, I'm missing the first ones because we're doing podcast stuff. But
We're doing awesome podcast.
I know. And this is almost as important as World of Warcraft. But no, I'm just kidding.
My friend.
No, yeah, but we're gonna be in Marion at the WNC Bigfoot convention. We're gonna talk about Bigfoot. We're gonna bring some of our equipment. We're gonna talk to people about paranormal stuff, cryptids.
Which sounds a lot cooler than World of Warcraft.
We're gonna interview people, which is gonna be fucking miserable.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
No, it'll be fun, but I just know the people that we're gonna be interviewing because there's people that really, really want to talk to us sometimes. That
it's hard to get them to stop talking when we're interviewing them.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be easier. Because we can do well, that's all the time I've got for this one.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Next.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be a little easier. Yep. Tell me more about the lizards that took you into the airship. But yeah, no, so I've just been doing stuff like that.
That's good.
So, raiding, working on parsing, which is just high-level damage stuff. You try to make sure that you're competitive with the top-tier players in the game.
Right.
Which I'm in that category now, which is cool. But I want to get up into that, 99 parse. So,
which is your top 1% of the players?
That's, the top, yeah. That's, there's fractions of a decimal that you're,
Will you get sponsored or something? Is there any money in this? Is there anything besides being able to say you did it?
It's for the love of the game, dude. It's for the love of the game.
It makes you that happy.
Yeah, it's for the love of the game. But, yeah, what have you been up to?
Not much. Same shit as always. I got... Actually, so I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this yet because it's still in pre-production, but I got asked to be in a documentary.
Oh, gross.
Because I have ADHD.
Nice.
It's about neurodivergency in the paranormal. So, it's going to be interesting. I have no idea what it entails or what I'm going to be doing, but I just know that they wanted me because I've got ADHD.
Yeah.
So, that's my superpower.
They're going to do a documentary on ADHD?
Oh, no, on, autism and ADHD and other neurodivergency stuff. See if there's any link with paranormal sensitivity and practices and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty much the concept is broken brain equals good at ghosts.
Who hit you up for that?
Like I said, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about yet, so I'm going to keep it a secret.
All right, cool. Fine.
So, but as I know more, I will update all you guys. But until then, just know that you might see me in a documentary.
Yeah.
So
Documenting
cool.
the documentary.
Yeah.
Cool.
You want to get into this one?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's talk about the Hibagon.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Hibagon comes to us from the 1970s in Mount Hiba, Hiroshima, Japan.
Yeah.
He's described as a 5 to 6 foot tall ape-like creature with blackish, brownish, bristly fur, and a large head, and sits at about 180-ish pounds. He's like Japanese Sasquatch, but a little more monkey-like.
Yeah.
So I know you have way more notes than I do, so you want to
I have a lot.
and I'll just sprinkle?
Cool. So yeah, what you said, Hibagon, primarily found around Mount Hiba, which was
where the name comes from.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, kind of. Yeah. and the former town of Saijo.
Saijo.
Yeah. And it's from the Hiroshima prefecture, right?
Yeah.
It's from the 1970s. Like you said, it's about 5 feet tall, walks upright, has dark hair, long arms, large eyes. It's like a Sasquatch. What do you think of when you think of Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of like I said that already.
Yeah, but smaller, right? Japan has no native apes, though, like large apes.
Oh, they have monkeys.
They have monkeys.
Yeah, okay.
But they have no native, like, great apes, like gorillas and shit like that. So it's...
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting that this legend's from there.
I don't know why I expected them to have big monkeys. Like, bigger. They don't even have, like, baboons and shit?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
I don't think those qualify as great apes.
Great apes are just like orangutans, gorillas, and chimps.
I don't know. I'm a fucking pretend monster guy. Now that's freaking... But anyways, yeah. So this mountain, right? It's full of dense forests, farms, small communities. It's got a lot of wildlife. It's not, if you're thinking about downtown Tokyo, this is not it. This is the type of landscape where something unusual could kind of disappear into, right? And it really centers around the Saijo town, the Saijo foothills of Mount Hiba, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like the actual like mountain itself where most of the sightings are happening, but it's the foothills town that's kind of like right near
the bottom of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. The only ape species in Japan is the macaw.
Yeah.
Which is those are the monkeys that sit in the hot springs.
Yes.
That's it. That's it in all Japan. And I don't know why I thought there were so many more.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice.
Because you would think though, with like the Monkey King and all those other things in like Japanese folklore, there'd be more monkeys.
Well, you also have to think like Japan, like they have a lot of legends of things like that too, because they did a lot of like invading throughout history. Like they traveled like all over the place. So it's not too bizarre that they would have like influence from other countries nearby.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. When you say Monkey King, I expect there to be more than just one kind of monkey.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah. So the first major sighting. Let's talk about it.
1970.
Yes, July 20th, 1970, right? A local man who's commonly identified as Yoshitaka Marusaki, right?
Wow, you did that really good. You're getting good at your names and weird pronunciations.
I know. Yeah. So he was driving his truck near the Rokuno Hara Dam.
Not as good as the first
Not
time.
as good. Around 8 p.m. And then something suddenly crossed the road in front of him, right? He described it as approximately the size of a calf. It wasn't shaped like a calf, and it had an ape-like appearance. Whatever it was disappeared into the vegetation, and when the area was investigated, the vegetation appeared to have been disturbed, although no definitive footprint was recovered. The modern city of Shibara recognizes this date as the beginning of the famous Hibagon sightings, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
So that is the first sighting that drew attention to it, right? There are some inconsistencies with that, though, with later retellings, saying that the earliest sightings could have included this alleged July 9th encounter.
Right, but there was no like thought about the Hibagon at that time.
Yeah. So it was kind of, we're not too sure. Now, the second encounter, right?
Which was only like a week later, wasn't it?
Yeah, July 23rd.
Oh, 3 days later.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Another local man reportedly encountered something strange. It was a farmer named Minoru Kondo.
That was easy.
And he was cutting grass early in the morning, and he heard a strange noise or roar. He saw a face sticking out from the vegetation. At first, he thought, monkey, cool, right? So he attempted to frighten it away, but it didn't work. The animal reportedly stared back at him. Kondo became frightened enough that he abandoned what he was doing and ran home. Investigators later found tall grass in the area knocked down. And this was kind of an important sighting because now there was 2 independent encounters within several days and around the same area.
Of the same thing.
Behaving the same way. Kind of hiding in the vegetation in the tall grass.
Right.
And then leaving the same kind of mark afterwards, right?
starting to make itself a little bit more real.
Yeah. Now, July 30th. This is the rice paddy story. So this is an earlier encounter, right? So it was around 8:05 p.m. on July 30th. Another witness was going towards a sluice gate to supply water to rice paddies, right? So this is the little
Right, you pick it up and then the little river goes in and makes all your rice wet.
Yes, makes the rice wet. Yes. And he saw what initially appeared to be a person walking between the rice fields.
Okay.
He thought it might be a female relative. He called out.
Damn.
No response. Yeah. It's a hairy lady.
You got some ugly ants if you see this ape monster and go, oh, that's Aunt Margie.
Well, apparently he looked and he just saw like that, like he couldn't really see, too well. And he just saw it looked like somebody might have been wearing a dress with long hair. But it was all hair.
Yeah.
All hair. He said it reportedly resembled a gorilla, right? Mm-hmm. When he got closer. He freaked out, ran to his truck, and drove to a relative's house. As you should when you see a gorilla walking just
in your rice field.
Your rice field.
I would.
When there's no gorillas in your country.
Yeah, I think if there was a gorilla in my yard, I'd drive to your house too.
Yeah. So there's 3 encounters in 10 days, right? Yeah. So the town starts getting kind of paranoid, right? Everyone starts freaking out, as we see in a lot of these multi-happening cryptid sightings, right? Right. So it was no longer a local funny monster story and turned into genuine concern, right? Reports started circulating about damaged corn, strange noises, additional sightings, possible footprints.
They damaged the corn?
They damaged the corn.
That's fucking rude, dude.
I know, crazy. Parents became worried about children. Local authorities and residents reportedly began accompanying school children home. The police got involved, right?
Damn.
And then so...
Is this when they were paying people for information?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We didn't get there yet.
Okay.
But this is turning into cops start escorting children home because there might be an ape man in the woods walking around.
Damn, they're really worried about this shit.
Yes. Oh. There was a later Hiroshima television documentary that confirms that police participated in protecting groups of school children during the panic. So this actually did happen.
It's wild the contrast between this and the Kofu humanoids that we covered.
Yeah.
Because when that came out and everyone was investigating it, the police and the government were like, nah, you didn't see shit.
Yeah.
This one, there's 3 sightings and they're like, we're going to walk everybody home. Everybody lock the doors. We're going to keep you safe. We're going to figure this shit out.
Yeah. Well, I think during the Kofu humanoid sightings, they may have had better input in knowing what happened and they didn't want to tell us about it. But during the Hibagon thing, right?
Right. Hibagon's during the 70s. When was the Kofu?
I think it was after this. Kofu humanoids? Wasn't it in the 80s?
Kofu humanoids was 1975. This was it. So the Hibagon sightings went from 70s to 74.
Yeah.
And they went nuts. And then a year later, they're like, nah, there's no aliens.
Yeah.
Makes you think. Makes you think that maybe there was a little bit more going on with them Kofu boys.
Yeah. But anyways, it was August of 1970. The media started discovering the Hibagon, right? Story explodes. Shugoku Shimbun, Hiroshima's major regional newspaper, began reporting on the strange ape sightings. The Hiroshima Prefectural Library preserves references to these different articles, including one from September 4th of 1970. The ape man of Mount Hiba, a giant monkey. 4th witness appears in Shaijo, right? Okay. A 5th witness was reported on September 8th.
Yep.
And then September 12th, the newspaper described community as being shaken by the mysterious ape man. These contemporary newspaper records are extremely valuable because they established that the legend was not... It was a legend that wasn't just, reinvented decades afterwards.
Right.
Right? This was the initial,
Yeah, we're talking about 3 months straight of this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they started calling it the Hibagon, right? So originally people were talking about, the monkey man, giant monkey, gorilla-like creature, mysterious monster. So when you look at all the older newspaper records, they all referred to it as that. But eventually we got this nickname of the Hibagon, right? So Hiba was for the region.
Hiba.
Yeah. and gon, which is the it's like a monster suffix they use, right? So you see it in a lot of the Bigfoot movies too. I think they have like gon at the end of
Bigfoot movies.
Not Bigfoot. Godzilla movies. Yeah. Godzilla movies. Yeah.
Yes, you have stuff like Baragon and all that kind of
Yeah.
The Bigfoot movies. There are a lot of Bigfoot movies.
Yeah.
We'll end up watching one on Friday night. I've got a billion of them in my list.
Yeah. So once you've named a monster, right, it's like you put gasoline on the cryptid fire and it's just going to burn. People are going to be all over the place.
And monkeys are flammable.
Yeah, monkeys are flammable. Like us. All right. So then we had like the media invasion come down with this.
Okay.
Right? So the Hibagon became national news. So instead of just being in the Hiroshima prefecture, it starts going over from this tiny rural community to television crews, newspapers. There was magazine reporters there.
Right.
Amateur monster hunters started traveling there.
Yeah.
Tourists, university students, and exploration teams all went to go find the Hibagon.
We would be there too if we were alive.
Yeah. People wanted interviews. They wanted witnesses to take them to the sighting locations. They wanted photographs.
They wanted footprints. They wanted
They
hair
wanted
samples.
all of it. They wanted
And
to find the
nobody was
dang
offering
Hibagon.
money for poop.
I know.
That's what they were doing wrong, man.
Yeah.
That guy from Philadelphia knew what he was talking about with the Jersey Devil.
This became so big that the government actually had to get involved because there was all of this sudden influx of tourism to this town that hasn't seen tourism ever.
No.
You know, nobody went there for fun.
No, they
It
got
was-
bombed and it was over.
Yeah, no, it was the like, not only so there was this mix of fear from this era too with
Yeah.
monsters because of the effects of nuclear disaster.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of fed into it a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
But the government had to be like, you know, we have to figure out something to do with this. So they established this weird thing. Hold on, let me see if I can read the name of this.
Is it another super Japanese thing? I'm so excited.
So it's translated as
Damn it.
the Ape Man section, or the Ape Man Consultation Office, right?
I want to hear you say it in Japanese.
I can't. Recording
Come on, our
sightings,
viewers
interview
want you to
witnesses,
try.
investigating locations, dealing with. So yeah, they were set up for recording sightings, interviewing witnesses.
What was it called, Charlie?
Shut up.
Well, I need to know.
Investigating
The
locations,
people want to know.
dealing with reporters, responding to inquiries from around Japan,
The people want to see it.
helping visiting university expeditions,
Don't ignore our fans.
or guiding
Charlie.
researches to sighting locations.
biggest-
I'm not butchering.
It's the biggest draw to our podcast.
It's like a full sentence. I can't do
you
it.
trying
No.
to read foreign words.
There were literally government employees whose job was to
Do it.
no.
Do it. Just try.
Okay.
Yes. He's going to do it, everybody.
No, I'm not.
Ah!
But it was the government at this point delegated people so that it was their job to deal with the local ape man.
And what was the job called, the organization?
Shut up. A surviving booklet from the office describes
office
the
called?
establishment of the section in April of 1971. And it had a whole bunch of collections of sightings and records and information, right?
From what organization?
Stop. I'm not doing it. Anyways. Like you said before, they started paying people.
Yeah.
Which
who,
is-
who was paying people?
Fuck you. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways.
I'll fuck you.
Yeah. So, this fucks up the reliability of a lot of sightings here.
Especially when you don't know the name of the organization.
Yeah. So, Saijo reportedly paid some witnesses 5,000 Japanese yen. Yeah.
I'm going to do quick maths while you talk.
Yeah. It wasn't called, see Hibagon get 5,000 yen, but they had this term, Meiwakuryo, I think. You just missed it. I said a Japanese word.
Meiwakario.
Yeah. Anyways, it was inconvenience money, is what it translates to.
Inconvenience money. Okay.
Yes. So, the problem happened when witnesses were getting absolutely hammered by reporters and visitors, right? So imagine this. You tell somebody you're a farmer, right? And you saw that huge giant monkey man behind my field, right? And then 3 days later, there are reporters, photographers, college kids standing in your crops asking you, where the Bigfoot went. So the town was essentially paying people saying, sorry, your life has become a circus. Here's $5,000. Sources describe the 8-man section, say this money was actually formally budgeted by the town and distributed to witnesses who were inconvenienced by the resulting media attention.
Okay.
Right? So you had a whole bunch of people that were just suddenly getting, a bunch of money from the town.
So 5,000 yen in 1970.
Yeah.
Ish is only equal to about $115 today. Like 115 American dollars.
Yeah, but
they weren't getting paid shit.
I know, but that carried a lot further though.
Back then, probably. Oh yeah, wow. 5,000 yen inflated to today's money is about 18,000 yen, which is about 115 USD.
Yeah, but you have to. It's like you have to think about like the current economic status of Japan at that point too, right?
Yeah, good point.
Like $150 in a country
no,
that's
115.
Okay, $115 in a country that they're struggling for food is huge.
Good point. Okay.
But anyways, so even if the money wasn't intended as a bounty, people knew witnesses could get paid, and it created incentive. Right. So the money was put in place to help the people that were being inconvenienced by reporters and tourism.
Actually, this was 1972.
1971 is when the thing started.
When I started paying them. Because it's actually worth even less.
Okay. Regardless, it's like $100, right?
Just about.
Okay. So people knew they were going to get paid, and it created an incentive, right?
Yep.
And once money is attached to reporting a cryptid, we can trust the sightings
Just
that happen
nobody.
afterwards. Yeah. Not as much as we can trust the sightings before the payment system existed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fucked, But we still have those extremely good first encounters from the 1970s, right? Media frenzy. People start getting paid. And it just blows up into this massive tourism attraction. It still kind of is.
And now suddenly nothing is credible anymore since then because
of this. Right?
And that's the sad part.
Yeah. Now, they get some evidence, right? And it's kind of messy. Because also a lot of these evidence was found after they started paying people.
Right. I can shit in a bucket and tell you I found Hibagon poop if you're going to pay for it.
So there was a lot of alleged Hibagon footprints that were reported, right? They varied considerably in size.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That's payday.
Yeah. Some were obviously human footprints. Some were possibly ordinary animal tracks. Others were super hard to identify.
I found a Hibagon. So this is a cow footprint. No, it's a Hibagon.
Well, you have to think about the original sightings with this thing. There was no footprints it was leaving when it first happened, right?
Oh, it was a monkey, man. I can't imagine they thought it had hooves.
No, but like it was in fields, right? Yeah. And they couldn't find footprints when they first saw it because it's still, it was like 150 pounds. It wasn't like this massive thing, and it was walking through race fields. Like me. Yeah. Yeah, except it was shorter.
It's like 5 to 6 feet tall. Yeah, I'm like 5'10", so.
Oh, yeah.
It's a monkey the size of us.
Yeah. But, so, they weren't carrying a lot of weight, and they had footprints that were obviously people, and then they had footprints that were so big it didn't make sense because people were kind of going off the Bigfoot idea.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, these feet would be for something 7 feet
so
tall,
there was,
210 pounds. Yeah.
So there was really no good baseline for any of the plaster casts they took. But when they did...
It was payment.
Yeah, when people did find a footprint, people showed up. And when people showed up, they got paid. But never found the Hibagon still.
No.
Right? Then they started getting university expeditions, right? So it became interesting enough that university exploration clubs and investigators traveled to the region from Kobe University, Meiji University, Doshisha University, and they searched the mountains, investigated reports, and nothing conclusive was captured. right? But the presence of organized search parties tell you kind of like how big the story got.
Yeah.
You know? Sightings continued all the way through 1972. And the geographical location of all these reports still remained in the same area, right? Geological.
They're in the rocks.
They're in the rocks. Yeah. I think Japan really only has monkeys. They don't really have any like hominid stories besides the Hibagon.
Well, there's technically we're gonna get more into it in this episode, but
yeah,
it's one of those like they might be other hominids, but it might be the same hominid.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Cool. So all this stuff happened, and then in 1974, somebody got a camera involved, right? And there was a photograph reportedly taken of something that was claimed to be the Hibagon.
It's probably blurry.
Yeah, it's blurry.
Oh, is that the one where he's in the tree?
Yeah, I have it. I don't have it linked though.
It's
so
okay.
I'll pull it up later.
If you can imagine any Bigfoot photo ever,
yeah,
it's that. It's a blurry monkey-looking thing in a tree, but you can't even see the monkey-looking thing. It's just a black spot in a tree.
I'll post it on our Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
I think it already. Go dig back in our Instagram. It's there somewhere.
It's probably there. Yeah.
But or you could just search Hibagon photo. It's literally just a blurry black blob in a tree.
Yeah. So that happened, and then the Hibagon disappeared. After several years of reports, the encounters basically stopped.
Yep.
By 1975, Saijo essentially declared the Great Hibagon disturbance finished. Yeah, there was no body, no bones, no captured animals, no definitive photographs, no acceptable biologicals. Yeah, nothing. There was nothing there. There was absolutely nothing. And that was pretty much the end of the legend as it is. There hasn't been many more sightings.
But there is a little bit more.
Okay.
This is where my notes actually I
All
have
right.
some notes. So
lay it on me.
Then in the 80s, we started getting sightings from 1980 and 1981 in Yamano town, or the town of Yamano.
Yeah.
Of the same-ish monster.
Yeah.
Another 5 to 6 foot tall, 180-ish pound ape thing, and they were calling it the Yamagon.
Yamagon.
And then in 1982, and again this was only for those 2 years.
Yeah.
1982, another 5 to 6 foot tall, 180-ish pounds ape man was being seen in Mitsugi, and they were calling it the Kuigon. Now, this all could be the same monkey monster, assuming it's real, just traveling over the course of now 12 years.
Yeah.
Or they could be 3 separate monkey monsters. Hence the
Or-
difference. Or it could be 3 of the same species in different locations.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Or it could all just be like the people in Yamano, or Yamano, like heard about the Hibagon
They wanted their own.
10 years later and were like, we can do this.
Yeah.
It just didn't catch on as well. And then 2 more years after that, the people in Mitsugi were like, we can do this, and it didn't catch on at all.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, no, it does. So speaking of wondering, I have some theories on what it could be.
Does that have to do with Wonder Woman?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with wondering?
So, I hate you. Anyways.
You think Wonder Woman can take the Hibagon?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too.
All right. So, Japan does have the Japanese macaw.
Yeah.
Or-
Hot spring monkeys.
Yeah. Or
It's
is it macaw?
Yeah. The same as the bird.
I don't like
Just
how it's
spelled
got the
differently.
it's got the Q at the end.
Yeah. Q
Why?
is pronounced Q.
Yeah, but it's got an MACAQ.
QE. Macaw.
Macaw.
It's a macaw, Charlie.
I'm just saying. It's kind of dumb. I don't like the spelling of words. So Japan's got monkeys, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
but none of them are 6 feet tall.
No, but they can get pretty big.
I don't think the macaw. I think the macaw is like 3 feet max, dude.
Yeah, but anyways, a particularly large macaw could be seen under adverse conditions, and if you don't have good depth perception, it could throw off the size a little bit.
Charlie,
What?
the tallest they get is 22 inches. It's not even 2 feet tall.
22 inches is just under 2 feet. Anyways.
Yeah, there's no way in fuck
I'm
seeing
just
one of
saying,
these monkeys
I'm just
rocking
saying.
up to you on the street and going, damn, that thing's the size of a person.
I don't know if you've noticed, all these sightings have been mostly at night.
Still.
Yeah.
A 2 foot tall thing at night still doesn't look like a person.
I'm not saying everyone is that. I'm not saying everyone is that. But have you been in the woods before and you see like weird glaring eyes from behind a tree?
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, something's fucking standing there. And then you see it crawl around the tree and it was a raccoon hanging onto the edge of it.
Yeah.
Okay? Things like that can happen with the macaw.
Okay, if they're seeing him in trees and shit, but like the sightings where they were like, who's walking through the rice field? They were like, oh, it was in the street. No way in fuck.
Okay, yeah, maybe not those sightings, but there's some sightings where it could have obviously
like some Looney Tunes shit where the shadow is massive and then the thing comes around the corner, it's a little midget.
Yeah, but also with depth perception too. Like if it's like a foggy day, it's dark out, and you don't see how far away something is, you really can't have a good tell. I'm just saying it's feasible. It is very feasible. It's not even a stretch, dude. It's human shaped.
It's not even 2 feet tall.
Okay, if something looks twice as big, and you think it's much further away, right? It makes sense, right? Have you ever seen something that you thought was really big, but then it gets close and it's tiny, and you didn't realize it was that close to you?
No.
Never.
Normally, if something's really big, it's really big. I don't know. I don't know if I could mistake a 2 foot tall monkey for a 6 foot tall human. I really don't think it would. I'm walking at me across the road. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And also, size is always like with these cryptids. But... it's also always exaggerated with these cryptids.
True.
Because like we're like we see something and we're like, how big was it? It was massive. Yeah. It was ginormous.
It's still a stretch for that little macaw.
I know, but say there was a macaw that was. It was up on a hill a little bit, and it was dark, and it was far away,
and it was an abnormally large macaw. Like we're going into way too many what ifs.
We're not though, because all of these sightings have been seen where it's like it is hidden somewhere, and they're barely seeing an outline of it. So it's not even a lot of what ifs, and it's all happening at night when somebody's paranoid alone in a rice field.
I understand the looking at him through the bush and like being in a tree and things like that.
Yeah,
but like that initial sighting of him walking in the road.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not that one sighting, or maybe not the one sighting where he thought it was a family member walking through the field.
Yeah.
Right?
That says a lot about his family if he thought it was a macaw.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's, I'm just saying it's a feasible explanation for a lot of these, right? Now, also, they have black bears in...
That's right, they have the sun bear, don't they, in Japan?
They have Asiatic black bears, right?
That's the one with the necklace of white.
Right? I think so. Well, It's got dark fur, has an upright posture. It is, it can look from a frightened observer at night. Yeah.
Those are the
With poor lighting, it could create, the Hibagon legend. I think that's one of the strongest conventional explanations, right?
Yeah, those are they're the ones with the almost like the Batman symbol in their chest.
Yeah.
And they got weird shoulder proportions and stuff. So other than the friendly looking ears.
Yep.
That could work.
And then there's also the escaped exotic ape theory, which there hasn't been any really reports of that, but from my last research I did on the what's it called?
Mukele Are you talking, or the Bayou? What do you?
Yeah, the dude that was going through Africa. And
the Mukele
Yeah, that guy, and how he was pretty much selling exotic animals to random people.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem too bizarre that somebody in Japan could have had a, exotic animal that kind of got loose at that
some
time.
Kind of hermit.
Yeah.
Or a remnant from the bombings.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird mutant thing.
Yeah. The funnest one is the one that we love, which is the actual unknown primate monkey man Sasquatch theory. It would be an isolated population surviving in the mountains there.
Right.
The only problems is there's no bones, there's no bodies. Where's the breeding population?
Right.
Where's the genetic evidence? There's nothing. It would be extremely difficult to hide indefinitely, but not impossible.
Right.
So, it's what it is. And then there's also the one strange individual theory.
Yeah, it's a weird guy.
A weird guy.
A hermit.
Or somebody that has like some type of
Problem.
you know, yeah.
To put it lightly. Yeah.
Like the person we talked about from Russia with the last Bigfoot variant.
Oh yeah.
The female that was like covered in hair and had some type of like she wasn't able to communicate.
Right.
She wound up like living a life of slavery pretty much because of it.
Right.
That type of stuff did happen at the period where people looked at these people.
Yeah, it could be crazy man in the woods kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, extra dimensional life form. That's pretty cool too.
Yep.
That's another theory they have in there.
Alien.
Yeah. So
it could be. Oh, what if it's a yokai? Japan.
Yeah.
Could be one of those yokai ghosts.
Could be a yokai thing. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah. So the question is, the big one I think is the valid stories should only be, I think, from 1970 to about 1974.
Even then, only until before they started paying people. Once you start paying anybody for information, they're going to tell you whatever they want.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's true.
I'm going to tell you whatever you want me to hear. Whatever. I'm going to tell you whatever you want to hear if you're going to give me money for it.
Yeah.
So if you want me to say, yeah, I saw a Sasquatch in your backyard and you're going to hand me $20, I'm going to say you saw a Sasquatch in your backyard. So probably up until 1971, really.
Yeah. And the other problem is, like we were talking about that it's only like $100. That was, at that time,
a lot of money.
It was about like a month's salary, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that carried a lot of weight for people. So if you see your neighbor Jeff getting an extra month's salary because he said he found a footprint of the Hibagon,
right, you're gonna make some
other
shit
people are gonna do that, and it's just they have to. And honestly, they should. If they're living in this world that's it's a struggling farm region that's all of a sudden you got all these rich tourists coming to look for Hibagon stories.
Right.
They're gonna make their money off of it.
Right.
And I think the town was kind of encouraging it too, which is why they were paying people, because they wanted.
Right, because it was like the $100 I'm paying you is nothing compared to the $3,000 I'm making from all the Americans showing up to look for the monkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and the universities and then the ecological conservation that started happening because of it. Like there was a lot of benefit that just came to the society just from the Hibagon itself, the story.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it carried as much weight. I don't know how real it was, but I will say it definitely developed that whole community in a way that it never would have.
Yeah, it's true.
So, science.
It's crazy how that works.
Crazy.
All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how you'll fight this thing.
Yeah. And we'll give it a rating, too.
We'll be right back, my puppies.
We will be right back. See you in a second.
let me finish the burp first?
No.
Damn.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Mudpuppies.
Yes.
So, Charlie, how would you fight the Hibagon?
Beat the crap out of it.
You just beat the crap out of
Beat the crap out of it. It's like 4 foot tall.
It's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, it's 4 foot.
It's 5 to 6 feet tall.
4 foot. Yeah.
Assuming it's 5 feet tall. 5 feet tall, about 180 pounds. So it's a
Awkward shaped.
Yeah, big head.
Yeah.
It's human shaped. Doesn't have any special powers or anything. It's not even known to be aggressive. So you're just gonna beat up this defenseless monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd beat it up. Especially if it came at me.
It would be like trying to fight a chimp, and chimps are strong.
Yeah, no, it'd be different because this one's kind of like a ground primate thing, like kind of like how we evolved, right?
Yeah.
So.
Or it's like trying to fight a homeless guy.
Ooh. No, homeless guy's more dangerous. You have to be worried about like sharp objects and whatnot.
Like poop under his fingernails.
Yeah, something like that. So. Yeah, no, I think. Yeah.
I think you could fight the Hibagon.
I think I'd fight the Hibagon. Yeah, for sure.
I think I could fight the Hibagon.
Yeah.
But I'd just shoot the thing.
It's Japan. Can't have a gun.
There's no guns in Japan?
No.
So I'd hit it with a bow and arrow.
Okay.
Can I have a bow and arrow in Japan?
When you go to Japan, you'd have to purchase bow and arrow to hunt the Hibagon.
Okay.
Seems like a little overdoing it.
I'll bring a bat.
All right, cool.
A really big rock. All right, let's give this thing a rating.
Yes.
So Charlie, how... Ooh, I fucked these up. How real do you think the Hibagon is?
First sightings, I give a decent amount of credit to, but there's a lot of questions in there, right?
Yeah.
It's been seen at night a lot. It's been seen like the outline shape of it. Anytime somebody thought that they were getting close to it, it ran away. No one has a very clear view of it where they were able to describe it like, oh, it was this 100%.
Right.
One dude saw it, said he saw this monkey man thing.
Right.
People were on the lookout for it. And then anytime something moved in the bush, people were like, I see it. That's just the way I see the legend working. But that being said, I don't think it's completely unplausible that some type of species of... It's a very remote area, right? It definitely could have been hiding there for a long time and made its way down the mountain a little bit more and started kind of coexisting a little bit in more populated human areas. But the other problem is, right, there is a lot of research teams that went to investigate.
Yeah.
And not a single one were able to find anything. So that really hurts it. So I'm going to give it like a 0.75 because it's plausible.
Okay.
But with the amount of research and money and investing that went into finding this thing,
yeah,
and the fact that they really came up empty-handed, even the footprints, there wasn't like a standard
right
that came out of the footprints.
Right.
And there was a lot of faked information.
Right.
And the earlier sightings aren't very descriptive.
Right.
Right? So we barely know what this thing looks like as a legend itself. So I'm giving it a pretty low score for reality. That doesn't mean it's completely fake. I do think there's something that may have inspired the legend, right? But I don't think that what we think it is what it is, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, okay.
So.
All right. I agree with mostly what you said. It's the way I see it, there's 4 years of Hibagon, and only about 1 year of it is valid. So, I'm going to give it a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have seen people have tested Sasquatch hair before, too, and it didn't come up as any specific species. It's pretty cool. They don't have anything about the Hibagon, though.
No.
They didn't have any hair.
Now, how cool do you think the Hibagon is?
I like it. I like the story. It is a smaller version of a Sasquatch, and it's kind of fun. It's not aggressive, so that's kind of lame. But it is just a, cool little hominid,
Dude, yeah.
Cool little hominid dude. Not specifically cool for anything in particular, but it's all right. I'll give it a 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a monkey. It's not I don't know, monkeys are cool, but
Yeah.
when you put it up against other cryptids that we've covered, like
Yeah, it's not breathing fire.
it really doesn't stack up with the Jersey Devil or Mothman or Sheep Squatch or even the Snallygaster. Or...
Yeah, the only reason I'm giving it a 2 is I think because I like the story so much, which I know you don't tie in the story as much to your ratings. But if we cover a cryptid that's kind of cool looking but has a terrible story, I'm giving it a terrible rating.
Yeah.
If we cover something that's
you
not
put them together and get a story. I rate the cryptid itself like a Pokemon card.
Yeah, I love the history behind this thing.
Gotta give it a 1.
Yeah.
Just because Bigfoot's cool, but it's just another Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Now, how unique is it?
Not very.
Yeah.
It's
another one of those. As a cryptid, it's not. The story gives it some merit. But...
If somebody's going to make up a cryptid story, they're going to make up a Sasquatch story.
Yeah.
You know? And it is very much a classic Sasquatch story, except it's shorter.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's very unique. I think it's pretty not unique. The only thing it's got going for it is the idea that it could be some type of mutated thing from radiation.
Yeah.
And that it's a Sasquatch that's
But that's not a really unique thing either.
No, it's not.
Like, look at everything out of West Virginia. It's it's from the TNT bunkers.
No, but from Sasquatch perspectives, I think, because most Sasquatches are legends that existed far before we started messing with nuclear powers.
So far, wait till we get farther down our schedule.
Yeah,
shit's gonna change real fast.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1.
A 1, okay. I am also gonna give it a 1.
Yeah,
because it's a Sasquatch. Damn, I think that's the first time I've given it a straight score down the road. All right, here you go, sir.
Yeah.
Let's get the math duck out.
Math duck time. Let's give this thing a rating.
Oh man, contacts are not contacting. Math duck test.
Math duck. Boom, boom.
Math duck test. There it is.
Cool.
All right, math duck's ready.
All right, we got a 0.75 plus 2 plus 1. And that is a total of 3.75 for me. And then you have a 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is a total of 14. No, 3.
This is not a good rating for the Hibagon.
And we have a grand total score of a 6.75. Yeah.
That's a rough one.
Not a great rating.
Poor Hibagon.
Yeah. But you know what? It's got interesting history.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's just not a great cryptid.
Not a great cryptid. Interesting story. It's a really cool local town news. If you're from that area, that is the thing for your town. And it's cool because we're talking about it here on the other side of the planet.
This is true, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Giant of Lovelock Cave.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Totally cover that. Yeah, put it on our Discord. Take all the
same description as a giant of Kandahar. Oh, okay. I'll add it to our
we covered the giant of Kandahar.
We did. Yeah, go check out our giant of Kandahar episode.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take another short break.
Yeah.
And when we come back, I have a cool topic to talk about, Charlie.
Yes.
We'll be right back again, Mudpuppies.
We're excited. We'll be right back.
Talk amongst yourselves in the comments.
Yes, talk amongst yourself. Say words.
Welcome back, Mudpuppies.
I'm glad you guys are tired of hearing me talk. I hope you are, because now AJ is going to talk a bunch with words.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff for tonight.
Also, that thing he was talking about. Yeah, words. That thing he was talking about sounds like another Nephilim story.
I'll put it on the schedule.
Yeah. Did we cover Nephilim, or did we just talk about them?
We talked about Nephilim with the giant of Kandahar.
Okay.
So, I think Nephilim.
We talked about in our Giants episode too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna do a specific Nephilim episode at some point.
Yeah.
On schedule. But all right. So for tonight's secondary topic.
Yeah.
Tonight's extra topic. Tonight's topic.
The extra.
What do you know about the Georgia Guidestones?
Nothing.
All right, cool. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So the Georgia Guidestones were built in 1979 by a man using a fake name known as Robert C. Christian.
Okay.
He commissioned it from the Alberton Alberton Granite Finishing Company. So the stones were constructed to function as a compass, calendar, clock, and were inscribed with instructions on how to rebuild society in the event of an apocalypse.
Wait, he found these?
No, he built them. This Robert C. Christian guy asked a granite company to build them down in Georgia.
Okay.
They were erected on a 5-acre plot of land that he bought from a farmer, and I think they were finished being built in 1980. They sat untouched as a monument for 28 years.
Yeah.
They were finally vandalized in 2008, covered in a bunch of Jesus will win, you have no power here, graffiti all over it.
Yeah.
Then in 2022, someone blew them up. There's a video online, you can look it up. Look up Georgia Guidestones explosion. Somebody literally dynamited the place.
Really?
And they never rebuilt them. They were planning to rebuild them, the government in the area. I don't remember if it was Georgia, the governor said it was, or the mayor of the town. I forgot. But they were like, yeah, we'll rebuild them. 4 years later, it's still not back.
Never rebuilt.
They ended up just giving the land back to the farmer's family, and the granite company that built it kept the remains as a monument to themselves. But that's about it. So, crazy thing about this thing. Let's talk about the stones themselves.
Yeah.
So it was erected. It was a central column with a cap, and then out of the corners of the cap, 4 large stones sticking out like this.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was another stone a little farther away with an explanation of the stone on it. Mm-hmm. So they were inscribed on each stone, the same inscription on those big stones.
Yeah.
But they were written in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. Because at the time, this anonymous builder guy felt like those were the most powerful languages on Earth. Those were the most important languages on Earth.
Okay.
And they were inscribed with these rules. Rule 1, maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. Rule 2, guide reproduction with wisely, improving fitness and diversity.
Wait. He wanted there to be a total of 500 million people?
That was the most on planet Earth that it was allowed.
Oh, we have way more than that.
But yeah, we're not living by the guidelines.
Yeah.
Rule 3, and also we don't reproduce wisely.
No.
Ever. Rule number 3, unite humanity with a living new language. So we wanted a one world language. Rule number 4.
And then he writes 6 languages on the stones.
Right. Rule number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Rule number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts.
Okay.
Rule number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes with a world court.
Okay, NATO.
Kinda. Rule number, what am I at to, 6?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2,
Whatever's after world court.
5, 6. Rule number 7. Yeah, 7. Avoid petty laws and useless officials.
I 100%
totally
agree.
back with that.
Totally down.
Rule number 8, balance personal rights and social duties.
That seems like a petty law.
Yeah.
He says immediately after saying, fucking, all right, don't have petty laws. Also, here's a bunch of petty laws. What the fuck?
Rule number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, and seeking harmony with the infinite.
Petty law.
And rule number 10, be not a cancer on the earth, leave room for nature. Leave room for nature.
I like that.
So, also included on this marker No, also included on this central column
Yeah.
was a marker to find the celestial pole. There was a track, like a groove in the stone to be able to track the annual travel of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another track that would track noon throughout the year. So at noon every day, the sun would come through it perfectly. It's pretty cool. So there's a bunch of theories, conspiracy theories about who this guy was and what this guidestone thing is.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your thoughts first before I dive into them. What are you thinking right now?
My vibes right now are hippie dude.
Okay.
With money.
Okay.
Rich hippie dude.
Okay.
So, I don't trust him.
Well, when the inscription on there says, commissioned by, I think it said a bunch of concerned Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the first things on the guidestone was population control.
Yeah.
Which is fucking scary. So what do you plan to, because especially at the time that this was built, there's already billions of people in the world.
Oh, yeah.
So what was his plan? Just to starve those people off and only maintain the population of 500,000?
This is in...
500 million?
This is for post-apocalyptic. These are like the rules for like the world ends, do this and you'll start civilization properly.
Yeah. But maintain no more than 500. Like putting a hard cap on society seems like very post-apocalyptic world stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That seems like something you don't want to do.
No.
And honestly, if you have a society where you can maintain a healthy amount of more than 500 million, you're doing a good job, right? Because we have societies right now that can't do that.
No.
So, yeah. And also, how would you manage if they're saying they want all the countries to work together, but if you're talking about a world population of 500 million, how are you going to limit population of another country? Which is just, this seems like it doesn't work. So, economically, I think it's a terrible plot, right? It just doesn't make sense. Are you saying start a war with another country if they start going over their cap?
Hey, you got too many people.
We got to kill some of these people off, you know? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan. Okay.
Not a fan.
So here's some theories behind it.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what? Fuck this guy. If we're going through the apocalypse, I don't need some asshole telling me rules on day one. Fuck that. This is the apocalypse, you know? Like, I'm going to be wearing fucking, you know, fur and, you know, looting stores and, you know, like, stuff like that, you know? I'm going to have my own cult following. Like, I don't know. It's the apocalypse, dude.
People might think you're a Nephilim with all your
Yeah,
red hair.
I'm going to start burning things. Like, it's the apocalypse. I don't need rules for the apocalypse.
This is still to come back from the apocalypse.
There's no coming back from the apocalypse. It's the apocalypse for a reason. Shit's fucked.
Okay.
Right? It's at the end of the movie where you rebuild society, whatever. No, I'm not living off of, you're not going to make rules day one. You don't know what the fuck's going on, right? You don't know. He doesn't know what's going on.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. This is built in 1980, so who knows?
Yeah. We're not going to start killing people because we need to keep the population underneath 500 million. Nah, fuck you, dude. Not playing. Do not go off the Georgia Guidestones.
All right. So here's some theories.
Okay.
One theory is it's actually the satanic 10 commandments of the Antichrist. Whole lot of people thought this was some kind of satanic thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that one's what's up, because there's a lot of like balance with nature and love and like stuff like that. There's not a lot of satanic anything here.
No. There's a lot of human sacrifice.
Now,
yeah.
Theory number 2 is this is instructions for a new world order.
Yes.
Unite under one language, population control.
Yeah, it seems like someone's trying to go full dictator here.
A little bit, yeah.
And he's hiding it underneath the guise of love and friendship, which is how every cult starts, right? So if you're looking at the Georgia Guides, you know, there's 100 people right now, right, that are looking at the Georgia Guidestones that were like, oh, this is the answer. Those are the guys that join a cult.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Those are the guys that join a cult.
Built by a cult, not for nothing.
Probably. No, 100%. It said, built by concerned Americans. Yeah, no, built by the cult of the new wave world order of the second powers. Yeah. That's the cult name.
Well, now you were tying into theory number 3.
Okay.
And theory number 3, I did a lot of research on.
Yes.
They believe that it could be... Hold on, this is a hard word.
Yeah.
Rosicrucianistic.
Rose.
Ow!
Yeah, you pressed the wrong button.
Rosicrucianistic.
Okay, let me push the buttons from now on.
What does that other button do?
What?
It squealed in my ear. I don't know what the other button
does.
does.
An amp simulator.
Oh, it hurt.
Yeah, it was very bad because you're right next to the microphone and it's picking up feedback from everything if you press the button. Don't press the buttons.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
pressed the wrong button.
Yeah.
So, Rosicrucianistic instructions for the perfect world.
Yeah.
Now, what is Rosicrucianism?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a coward. I said it 17 times wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Rosicrucianism.
Okay.
It's a fucking weird word.
Don't say it again. All right.
First off, here's why they're tying this to the theory.
Okay.
R.C. Christian as the pseudonym.
Ooh.
Rosicrucianist Christian.
Okay.
So, Rosicrucianism, I'm just going to call her Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie is a Christian movement built around 3 manifestos that appeared in the 1600s. No one knows who wrote them. They just kind of popped out and everyone was reading the shit.
Yeah.
First one was called Fama Fraternitatis, which was written in 1614. Then Confessio Fraternitatis, which was written in 1615.
Where is this from in the world? This is America?
Europe.
This is Europe?
Yeah, they like kind of cycle through Europe.
Okay.
And then Chemical Wedding of Christian Rosenkrauts in 1660. So, basically, they are a Christian fraternity. So it's not a cult. It's not a full-blown religion. It's kind of similar like the way the Freemasons operate, where it's culty without being
okay. That's a cult. If you have to put quotations saying we're not a cult, you're a cult. Okay? No, that's fucking cut and dry. It's a cult. 100%.
I think the difference between a cult and a fraternity is fraternity's public. So that's what makes it different.
Cults are public too.
In their practices.
Fraternity? No, like the Freemasons are super secretive. They're not very public.
What makes it different? Because they're considered a fraternity, not a cult.
I think they're a fucking cult, if you ask me.
Either way, they're a Christian fraternity, right?
Yeah.
And they believe in alchemy and mysticism.
Yeah.
They believe in spiritual transformation.
Okay.
They believe in layered cosmology. So not just heaven, hell, and the universe and all that, but there's also like parallels and there's planes of existence beyond our own and all that kind of shit, right? So you can ascend and descend and all this kind of weird things. They believe in ethical living and altruism. Okay, that's good. They believe that Christianity is symbolic, not dogmatic or literal.
Okay.
So they're taking, like, they believe in karma. Mm-hmm. They believe in reincarnation. They don't believe in getting sent to heaven or getting sent to hell. They think it's like...
Well, how are they Christian then?
Because they believe in the Christian core. They believe that Christ is a cosmic spirit.
So
they're kind of skinning, almost like skinning Hinduism with Christian mythology.
Well, the problem is, right, if they're going to claim to be Christian, though, and they're not going to believe any of the Christian ideas, right, with any of the Christian foundation, besides just saying, oh, we took this guy from your book and we're going to incorporate it into our religion. We're going to call itself a church, like the Church of Scientology.
That's every fucking religion, Charlie. I don't know how to break this to you.
I know, but like, you know, it's that's what I'm saying. It's a cult. This is 100% a cult.
So, but yeah, okay.
You know,
if that makes you feel better,
yes,
sure.
It's a cult.
But that's pretty much their beliefs. Is that they're taking the Christian core, they're taking the stories of the Bible, and they're taking the Christian like narratives and things, and layering it into a mystical, alchemical, Hindu-esque, nirvana-seeking, you know, reincarnation and karma-like world. It's kind of cool. They're almost like pagan Christians.
Not at all, though. It's this seems like a weapon to attack confused people.
I mean, it is what it is.
You know, it's once again, I feel like you have this world of people explaining things that they don't understand and trying to relate it to things they already believe in so that it makes sense. Instead of just looking for truth, they alter things to make it their truth, and it turned into a weapon where they make shit like the Georgia Guidestones. And they tell people what to do during the apocalypse. Hey, we're not a cult, but here's our apocalyptic survival guide. What the fuck? No, you don't get to make a fucking yeah. You don't get to make a fucking say we're not a cult and then make massive stones with rules for the apocalypse.
So are we gonna have to do an episode on Rosicrucianism?
Yes, yeah, we will.
Okay, we'll do a specific episode about them. So
yeah.
But just a little more for your own research if you want to look into it, or for any of our viewers. There are actually some still surviving and operating orders today of Rosicrucianism.
I'm sure there are.
It's getting easier to say.
Yeah.
So the first one was the Order of the Golden and Rosy Cross, which was the 1700s. It dissolved. Then you had the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which ran from the 1887 to 1903. That was around for a while.
Dude, if they're trying to not be a cult, they need to stop picking these names.
and now it dissolved. Then we have
Flat Earthers love Georgia Guidestones.
we have there's 3 that have survived and they're still around today.
Yeah.
You have the Societas Societas Rosicruciana in Anglia, also known as the SRI.
Yes.
Or SRA. They were founded in 1865 and they're still around today.
Okay.
Then you have the Rosicrucian Fellowship, founded in 1909. They're still around today.
Yes.
And then there's the Ancient Mystical Order of Rosae Crucis, also known as the AMORC.
The Mystical Order.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They were founded in 1915, and they're still around today, and they have a website. I checked it out.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool looking. It's got this, Egyptian, scarab
I'm sure they fucking
with
do.
a bunch of alchemy symbols, and it says the AMORC. Yeah. It's cool shit. So if you want to go find them out and join a cult, they're there. But that is the most likely theory behind the Guidestones, was that this guy, R.C. Christian, Rosicrucian, also known as they're also known as the Rose Cross Christians. So
I'm sure they are.
R.C. Christian, the Rose Cross Christian.
Yeah.
Put this weird thing together that was all mystical and magical and
it's like the Mormon Church.
Dooby. There was also, I forgot to mention, there was translations for the stones on another stone.
Yeah.
To be able to rewrite in cuneiform, Greek, I believe Chinese, Mandarin.
Yeah.
And Egyptian hieroglyphs. Almost like the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
So that you can then translate backwards and figure out every language kind of thing. So, and there was also space for a time capsule that was never buried. So it had time capsule buried on, and then no date, and then to be dug up with another date that was never written down. So when the Guidestones were blown up, the government was like, see if there's a time capsule. And they dug 6 feet down in the entire area. Didn't find it. So they're like, okay, never buried the time capsule.
You know, the time capsule is going to be
his body.
Their world-ending device.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally don't think it was Satanic 10 Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was, the hell was the other thing I said? Maybe it's a New World Order, but I think if it is a New World Order, it's this Rose Cross New World Order.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think the Rose Cross group is like a New World Order type of thing. They don't seem to have bad intentions.
No, they never do.
Yeah, fair enough.
They never do. Until you join. And then you're throwing people into the pit. You know? You're fine, all love, and then you're throwing people into the pit. Into the pit you go. Listen, that's the way it is.
I was at D. Malay as a kid.
Yeah.
Which was like the youth group version of the Freemasons.
Yeah, cult.
That wasn't bad, okay? It wasn't scary.
Yeah.
Everything was kosher and cool.
We all shared wives. It was fun.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't nuts.
How old were you? Yeah.
I was between the ages of 14 and 18.
Oh, yeah. So they were indoctrinating you early.
If you want to call it that.
Yes.
It was good. We had dances. We had events. It was fun. We did a lot of cool stuff.
We all drank the Kool-Aid.
I mean, we had ritual, but that's... But ritual was just like a bunch of lines that you said before meetings.
Yo, yeah. Okay.
To be fair,
We did rituals.
not rituals. It was just called ritual.
Okay, did you hold a knife during any of it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
There's no knife holding?
There was a sword involved.
Okay.
When we had new members join.
What? That's what I fucking thought.
Well,
That's what I fucking
It's a Templar order.
thought. Okay, exactly. Yeah, it's a cult. Yeah, it's a fucking cult.
You say the Templars were a cult?
Was there a sword involved? Was there a knife involved? There was no knife involved. Well, there was a sword. Yeah.
There was prayer involved.
Yeah. And we had ritual, and there was flags. Okay.
You know what's funny? They got the pagan kid to be the chaplain for a little while.
Yeah.
Your boy. I had to say prayers I didn't believe. It was great. But I don't think every cult is bad. Because cult, by definition, is just a bunch of people formed around an idea.
That's not the definition of cult.
Pretty much.
Definition of a cult's for exploiting people.
Not necessarily.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Look up the definition of a cult right now.
Definition? Okay. Because technically, by what I know as a definition, like the Boy Scouts of America are a cult.
It's not true. There has to be some type of gain involved. And some type of exploitation.
Cult. All right. Webster's definition.
Yeah.
Of a cult. A group with tenets and practices regarded as coercive, insular, or dangerous. Okay.
See?
Also known as... Oh, no, that's like cult following. Great devotion to a person, idea, object, movement, or work, such as a film or a book.
Yeah. So there's some type of level of exploitation and gain normally coming from the cult, right? So most of the time it's somebody who they're looking for these targeted individuals.
So there you go. That's the difference between a fraternity and a cult. A cult has bad intentions. A fraternity is just built around ideas. So there you go. That's what makes it different. So like the Boy Scouts of America are a fraternity.
Okay, yeah.
The Ku Klux Klan is a cult.
Yes.
The Freemasons are a fraternity.
Or a cult.
They're not trying to kill anybody. The Shriners are the Shriners are a fraternity. Sigma Chi is a cult.
Don't they have rules on like how you have to live your life?
Not.
The answer is yes if you're thinking about it.
Who are we talking about? The Masons?
Yeah.
They just said be monotheistic.
What else?
That's it.
What happens if you get arrested?
I mean, what happens if you get arrested no matter what?
No,
no one's happy.
If you get convicted of a crime, can you still be a Mason?
No.
Okay.
Because now you're a bad guy.
What if you have a poor public image? Can you be a Mason?
That's different.
No, it's not.
These are not bad intentions, though. These are like be a good person things.
No, they're not always. It's public image things.
Yeah, but it's just about being a good person, though.
It's like, not, though.
If you got arrested for punching a baby, I don't want you in my fraternity.
I know, but
if you got arrested for punching a baby,
yeah,
you wouldn't be part of my paranormal team.
But here's the way it works, though, because it's society's built against the idea of going against the grain, right? So if you're a Freemason,
yeah,
right, and you're in a bunch of Freemasons, right, in a club with Freemasons, right, and you do something that puts a poor public image on you. Let's say that you have a weird political view, or and you're very vocal about something that the fraternity doesn't find appealing. They can kick you out for having a poor public image, and that happens. And that's why I don't subscribe to these things, because you have a bunch of people that are focused in a society where they're told they cannot go against the grain of reality. Which is kind of fucked.
Fair.
You know?
But it's still not framed in a doing dangerous, dastardly, or evil things. Like you would say like the KKK or the cult of Satan or all these other things are.
No, I think it's a scale.
That's okay. And that's where it falls between cult or fraternity. The scale is fraternity is not doing bad things. Yes, they might tell you can't fucking shit in a bucket or get rowdy at a bar or, cause a violent outburst at a baseball game.
Yeah.
But they're not telling you to be racist. They're not telling you that there's got to be a cleansing. They're not telling you that they're going to cull the herd. That would make it a cult.
They could be, though.
There's a difference between, like, if you want to join our club, you got to be a vegan. And if you want to join our club, you got to kill a black guy. Like, huge levels.
I know,
there.
but that's the thing. It's it's a scale. It's definitely a scale, but it doesn't just have to be that bad to be bad. It can be minorly bad for it still to have an aspect of controlling people, which is bad. That's maybe
where the cult and frat touch.
Yeah,
I would argue that like I would argue that like Greek life fraternities are closer to a cult.
Yeah,
with all their weird shit.
I agree.
Like with the elephant walks,
and those are really bad too.
Yeah,
those are terrible.
Yeah,
and we know they're terrible.
Yeah,
we've talked about how terrible they are, but yet we have adults that are still in things like that, like the Freemasons, right? Which are obviously terrible because you have. Here's the other thing: you've got politicians in the Freemasons. You've got businessmen that all have to live in a style that they approve of for each other. And that is the controlling aspect of it, right? That's the point where they are saying, don't go against the grain type shit.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're going to live in a society like that where you care that deeply about the opinions of the people that you're surrounding yourself with, it's kind of fucked.
Personally, yeah, I think so, yeah. But I don't think that makes you a bad person.
No, it makes you a victim.
Or makes what you do bad.
It makes you a victim.
Because there's other things, like it's stuff like the Knights of Columbus, and you can even think like the Daughters of the American Revolution and things like that. Those are all fraternities.
Yeah.
The DAR is not out there killing people or doing bad shit. I wouldn't call them a cult.
No, and they could be good. Boy Scouts are good, right?
I mean, not so much Scoutmasters, but
yeah. But that's why I'm saying there's levels to these things. But right. I think if you get into the aspect of you're controlling other people's lives, which is what a lot of these are at, you're getting into cult behavior that type way because you're exploiting people. Because the guys up top are making the judgments of what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. One specific fraternity might say that they don't find the, like, oh, you and your wife got in an argument, that's bad for the cult, or that's bad for the fraternity, so you can't do that publicly. We need you to hide that public image stuff. And people do hide that type of stuff for those reasons.
I think the easiest way to distinguish the two is if you try to leave if you go against a fraternity, you get thrown out.
Okay.
If you go against a cult, you're probably dead.
Not always true though. You could. There's a lot of cults that you can openly leave. The whole idea by the cult is normally trying to convince you that you need to be there. Right? A lot of it's a control aspect. So that's why, like, if I have to make the argument of is it a cult, is it not a cult, and it takes a lot of serious consideration and debate, it's already crossed that line for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But then with that thought process too, pretty much every religion is a cult.
Yeah, but that's personal values though too. You have to think like if you're looking at a religious text, you're not listening to 5,000 people tell you how you need to behave with it. You're kind of breaking it down for yourself, dividing your own morals off of that.
I'm talking organized religion, not personal.
Oh yeah, organized religion.
Like,
yeah,
you go
terrible.
to church, you're in a cult.
Kind of. Well, if you go to if somebody's telling you how to live your life, yes, it's bad. Yeah, you shouldn't be going someplace where people are telling you this is what you need to do, especially if you know that's not what you need to be doing. Right. So, yeah.
Told you this was a doozy of an extra content.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the Georgia Guidestones. Do you have any other thoughts you want to share? We're definitely going to have to dig into the Rosy Cross.
I forgot we were talking about the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, I told you this is gonna flow pretty well.
Yeah.
Do you think they should rebuild it?
Nah, that's dumb. If they want to, go ahead. But at the end of the day, I think it was put up by a crazy cult. And I don't think...
They paid something like $10,000 for this thing, too.
Yeah, I think if the cult wants to put it back up, go ahead.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's something we need to preserve. I think it's a funny local history thing.
Yeah.
That happened there.
It was neat to have all the languages preserved like that.
Yeah.
Which was pretty neat. And all the science that went into building it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the possible connotations behind it, a little creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very contradictive, too. Saying, like, you can do whatever you want.
But don't.
But then here's all the things you can't do.
No petty laws, but also population control.
Yes. Strange. Strange.
Yeah.
But,
All right. I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah.
Make sure that if you're just lurking that you follow us. Subscribe if you want to. If you've got a Amazon Prime subscription, you can get a free month subscription to us here on Twitch every month. You just got to keep re-upping it, and Jeff Bezos pays for it. So take his money. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that kind of cool stuff. Find our merch on Fourth Wall. Donate to our coffee if you want to help us out. Am I missing any socials?
No, but we're going to be at the WNC Bigfoot Festival.
Yeah, this weekend.
We're going to be up there in Marion.
Yeah, Marion, North Carolina. We'll be there Friday night, hanging out with all the pre-stuff, and then we'll be there Saturday for the actual fest.
Yeah.
Sitting in the bus stop with our field gear, talking about Bigfoot, and interviewing whoever wants to come by, and making a podcast episode out of it. So that'll be up on our Spotify and our Apple Podcasts and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're following us there if you're not already, because we've started to separate a little bit of the YouTube and Spotify a little bit more. Like already, you can only find our paranormal stuff on YouTube. Obviously, there's no way to put that on Spotify. But now we're going to start having interview stuff from festivals and cons and stuff that are only going to be on our Spotify, Apple Podcast side of things.
Yeah.
We do have some videos of interviews with other people in the paranormal world on our YouTube that you can't find on our Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So make sure you're following us both so you can get everything.
You got a good mix.
Yeah. Join us in our Discord. That's the other thing I missed. It's the only place we take requests. Yeah. Anywhere else, it just goes on our schedule and becomes a suggestion, kind of like dropping it in the box. In our actual Discord is where we officially put it on the schedule in the next open slot. So join us there, hang out. It's the best ways to get news, chat with us. You're the first one to know about upcoming events, our schedule for the month, where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, if anything changes, if we're doing anything cool. It's all on there. We share memes. We chat. I put up pictures of Mothman because he's sexy every once in a while. I haven't done that in a really long time.
Yeah.
I got to find another sexy picture of Mothman. We do that. It's where we post all our merch all the time. Now we've started playing Phasmophobia every once in a while, so we're always sitting in the DNR voice chat while we're playing with that, so you can join us there and hang out.
Yeah.
So do all that kind of cool stuff. And I think that's it for this one.
Yeah.
Catch you all in the next one.
Peace, guys.
Peace out, Mudpuppies.